Today is June 3rd. Oh, no, it's not. It's July 3rd. And I am in the Yankee Boy Basin. So that means hiking Mount Sneffels. So I started pretty early this morning. So I'm pretty kind of close to the summit at this point, about 3/4 of a mile away. The sun's just coming up, as you can see. Give you a quick pan around here. So right there, you might be able to make out the split between the standard trail, which I'm on, and then the Blue Pass trail. Needless to say, I'm the only one on the trail at this point. The road in, I'll be giving a full description about it in the link below. So check out the link below for a full review of Mount Sneffels. So from the about a half mile from the lower trailhead, I'm about 3.8 right now. As you can see, I'm in the one of the main couloirs or gullies up to the summit here. Maybe you can see behind me, but you can definitely see in front of me that it's very gravel, loose rock situation here. There's definitely a trail that you can follow at the beginning, but at least for me right now, I can't find one starting about halfway up. So you can kind of see what I'm dealing with. I believe once I get to this next kind of big rock formation here, I'll be at the ridgeline and then I go left, but I don't want to get my hopes up because false summits are the name of the game when you're hiking. It's very slow going in here, but it's going pretty well, and I can't wait to be done with this one. My legs are already just really sore. All right, finally gained the ridgeline here. Now I'm working my way up the final gully. Not too much snow. Trail's in pretty good condition actually. Since it's so early, the snow that is here is still pretty hard. So hopefully an uneventful rest of the way up to the summit, and my last check-in should be there. So a quick note here, if you're coming up, if whether you're coming up the couloir there or you're working kind of maybe more on the rock here, that right here, this V kind of cut is the one you want to head through in order to go to the summit. So you don't want to go up this, you don't want to keep going up that, you want to go right through that V right there. Top of Mount Sneffels, 14,150. 27 I can't even speak right now. 14er, number 27 for me. This one was, surprisingly difficult for what the relatively short distance was. I'll do some spin arounds here and talk about the trail on the way up. So the first, up to the upper trailhead was pretty standard. It was a 4-wheel drive road. There's some snow. You can see there's obviously, it's late in the season. There's still a lot of snow up here, but the trail is interesting. So basically I would break it down into 3 sections. So the first starting off section, the 4-wheel drive road, self-explanatory is a 4-wheel drive road. Then you kind of move up this gully here, which is really loose dirt, and if there's a lot of people in that thing, or if it's like a fresh rainstorm, that can really suck. And then the last part would be this last couloir here, which is kind of like a rock scramble. I had snow in mine, so it was a little bit easier, and it's also very early in the morning, so the snow is real crisp and packed in still. There was one move, and you can maybe see the notch even from here. It's that notch right there. The one I pointed out earlier, that one's actually deceptively hard. I would almost call it a class 4 move in there, just to make sure you kind of get up it the right way. So yeah, for dogs, I'm so torn. Juno and Jackie actually started with me on this hike, and they ended up turning around because we were kind of worried about the conditions for Juno. If your dog has a lot of high mountain experience, or if the snow level's really high here, like all the way up, basically to the top, I think you could bring your dog. But I think, I'm usually pretty generous on bring your dog or not. This one I'd almost label leave him at home or her at home. So yeah, you can see the blue lakes. Let me kind of show you those over here. That's another huge attraction of the area. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, and there's actually another one over there that I don't know if you can make out. It's still kind of covered in ice. Down from the summit, really happy to be off that garbage that gully and couloir. So a couple of notes now that I'm basically back at the upper trailhead. Bringing dogs on this is like, I wouldn't call it irresponsible, but it's pretty stupid. I mean, unless your dog is just totally fine off leash, and even then, there's just some pretty tough sections that, I don't know, I wouldn't do it. For gear in the spring and probably early summer, I mean it's July now, definitely micro spikes, having some kind of hiking poles, mountain axe doesn't hurt. So the other thing I want to talk about was, I can't get around here since there's nothing to show you, but was the drive in. So the drive in, to get to the upper trailhead, it really kind of depends on the time of year. If you have a 4-wheel drive car, you can definitely make it up there when all the snow's gone, but again, it's July 3rd and all the snow is still there, preventing people from driving up. I have a Subaru Legacy, so I made it basically to where about a half mile from the lower trailhead. So, if you want to go past there with a lower clearance car, it's kind of at your own risk. This year is really eaten out, and it looks like it's not going to be fixed for the foreseeable future. There's only probably one section that was really tough, but it's tough enough where you're not going to just kind of like scrape by and get through it. Anyone with low clearance, I was watching Jeeps even have, not Jeep, Rubicons, but like Cherokees and stuff have a hard time get through there. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Yeah, this was a good hike. Sneffels had great views from the top. You can see all of the blue lakes. So one of them's actually down in this area. It's still kind of iced over. And then you can also see the other two on the other side of the ridge there. So yeah, for a full hike review, you can check out the link below. Please subscribe, and thank you for watching my review of Mount Sneffels.